Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's really early in the morning right now. I woke up really early so that I could get ready, and then I was like, oh no, the kids are gonna be up soon because through some weird scheduling, let's call them communication issues, I thought the kids were gonna be with their dad this weekend, and they're not. They're with me. So I had all these videos planned, but I don't normally film them when I have my kids, so I was like, you know what, let's just wake up early, get ready, and hope for the best. So that's what I did. So it's pretty early in the morning right now, but the kids will be up soon. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna get dressed. This is what I slept in. Well, I took a shower and I put it back on because that's how I roll. But I really wanted to get this video out, so I decided to wake up bright and early so that I could film. So prom is like right around the corner. And I remember my prom, so I'll tell you, I guess. I did go to my senior prom, and I also went to my junior prom, because I don't know if this is like across the board or not, but at our school, you have a senior prom and you have a junior prom, and you can only go when you're a sophomore or a freshman if someone who is a junior or a senior invites you. So when I was a junior, I had just started dating my first like serious boyfriend, and he was a senior, so I went to his prom with him, which was my junior prom, his senior prom, and then I went to my senior prom with him as well. He had already graduated. So I did go to my proms, and I went to like 2 of my homecomings, maybe 1 or 2 of my homecomings, and I remember for the homecomings always being like, well, I can't go because nobody asked me, or nobody's gonna ask me, you know, beforehand, and then being like a little bit hopeful that maybe someone would, but then they just never did. I just want to make it clear that, like, for those of you that don't think you're going to be asked to go to prom or homecoming or whatever, you know, this applies depending on what time of the year you're watching this video. This really applies to anything like that. If you're afraid that no one's gonna ask you, just remember that no one has to ask you. That you have the ability to ask people, and I know that sounds like daunting. And you can also go without a date, as in like a romantic kind of date, or a male. If you're a female, you can just go with one of your friends. It's not that big of a deal, and plenty of people do it. And I know it can suck, like on the emotional side, it sucks not to be invited to things or to feel included in things. And even though you can go by yourself or you can go with your friends, if your friends are going with dates, you're not gonna wanna go with them, because I know how that feels, and it does not feel very good. So I remember on those nights, like when those dances came around and I didn't get invited or whatever, but I knew my friends were there, and I wasn't there, and I wasn't getting ready the day before, or that day, and I wasn't like shopping in those weeks prior, and I wasn't talking about what I was gonna wear, and where I was gonna buy my dress and how I was gonna do my hair. Like, I wasn't doing any of that, and I felt like I wasn't included in anything, and it really sucked. And it happens every year when you're in school, there are constantly dances, there are constantly something going on where you feel like you need to be invited to be included, even though at most schools, our schools that I went to, you can go whether anyone takes you or not, whether you're there with your friends or you're there by yourself, you can go. It does not matter if anyone's inviting you. But I'm not gonna tell you that like it was some super memorable experience, and I'm so glad that I did it because it was so magical. Like, it was a dance. I paid too much for my dress. My feet hurt. I paid too much for those ugly ass shoes, that's for damn sure. Oh, both of the dresses were awful. My hair was awful. Oh, in the homecoming hair, I look like I hope I can find pictures. I look like I was a million years old. I don't know what I was doing with that hairstyle. I thought it was really Marilyn Monroe, but it was like not. It was like I wear a lot of flannel, and there are roosters on my kitchen wall, kind of like, I don't even know what I was thinking. But I look back at it, and I spent too much money on the pictures, and I threw them all out because they're pictures of me. I mean, I kept the pictures of me, but like, they're pictures of me and my ex-boyfriend, and why would I want that? Like, it was a big waste of money for me, and I look back at those pictures like, oh my god. And it hasn't even, I mean, it's been like 8 years since my last prom, but I'm sure in 20 years it's gonna be even like worse. Looking at those pictures, I'll be like, oh my god, what was I wearing? Ooh, who let me walk out of the house like that? Why did you let me buy my prom dress from Deb? Why? Why did I spend $30 on my prom dress? And there's nothing against Deb, but this dress was awful. It was horrible, and I looked like Casper in it. So anyway, my point is that whether you go or you don't go, especially if you don't go, if you feel like you haven't been invited, to not feel so bad about it. I got over it, and I remember, you know, it was every now and again it sucked when they were talking about, I'm not crying, sorry guys, it's just early and I have makeup on, and my eyeballs were like, what the fuck, Sarah? Mascara at 7? Anyway, so if you don't go, don't feel bad and don't feel like you're missing out on this huge magical experience that, you know, is never gonna happen again. And while it's, you know, probably not gonna happen again, it's not anything that you won't get over. It's not like you're missing out on some actual serious huge event. Prom is not quite as much, like it just wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I don't know. And if you are going to prom and you're insecure in yourself or something like, you know, anything like that really, I know this is Dear Fat Girl, and so I was a fat girl, and I was a fat girl when I went to my senior prom. I had gained a lot of weight, a lot of weight while I had dated that guy. And so I was probably like 300 pounds when I went to my senior prom. And I love to dance, you guys. Like, I get the fuck down in my bedroom, okay? And like around my house. And I would dance in public, but I always felt like people were gonna judge me. And I think everybody might feel that way. But I felt like they're gonna judge me for dancing and being fat. Like, I can't have all of this against me. I can only have like one thing at a time, you know? So let me just be fat. So I didn't dance at my senior prom or my junior prom or any dances, and I never danced when I went out with my friends, and I never danced anywhere. And I just wanna tell you guys, if you want to dance, get your ass out there and just bust the fucking move, dude, because there are plenty of other people that are insecure in that same exact way. And also, no one's gonna be talking about you like maybe the next week or whatever, but after that, people do not care. I do not remember the bad dancers at my senior prom. Like, who cares? And really, who's to say what's good or bad when it comes to dancing? Frankly, I think, like, the more interesting, the better. Because everyone's always out there just grinding their ass. And like, who the fuck? Really? That's your big move? Okay. Anyway, try to not hold yourself back from fun things. If you do go to prom, try to enjoy yourself. Don't feel so self-conscious. Don't care about whether or not your fat arms are hanging out or your legs are hanging out or whatever the hell. If you have big boobs, do not wear a strapless dress. You are not going to enjoy that night going like this all day. Maybe that'll be your move. That's my brother's like dance move. I just stole it. Anyway, so I guess my message here is really just, if you're not being included in it or you feel as though you're not being included, remember that you can include yourself and it's not up to anyone else to take you there. And if you choose to stay home or do something else, I mean, you can do something else that's fun with your friends or with your family or whatever. I hang out with my family all the time, and that was always super fun. You know that that option is also available. Know also that you are not missing out on the greatest event in your life, okay? Like, if prom is the highlight of your life and you are no longer a teenager, dude, perspective, let's do something. Go fucking sign up to climb a fucking rock wall or something. Like, do something with your life, because prom should not be the pinnacle of your life. And if you do go, let loose, okay? Try to enjoy yourself. Try not to be super self-conscious. Know that everyone is not judging you, and try to wear things that you are going to be comfortable in, okay? Don't wear something just because you think, oh, this is cute, but you can't breathe all night, or you can't walk in those heels. Like, there's nothing worse than looking at a girl that is walking around in some heels, clomping around like a fucking Clydesdale, because that girl cannot walk in heels. Honey, if you can't walk in heels, get yourself a chunky heel or a kitten heel. Do something that like is going to alleviate that, because you don't want to be the person who's like stomping around all crazy like because they don't know how to walk in heels. It's not a prerequisite, girl. You don't have to walk in heels to get into prom. Wear flats. Wear some super duper cute flats. Put some moleskin on the parts of your foot that you know are gonna hurt. It's like, you know, Dr. Scholl's moleskin, because that's gonna prevent them from hurting like the second you put them on. And what else? Oh, don't feel like you have to give it up on prom night, but that's a whole different video. I'm gonna do a whole Let's Talk About Sex on prom night, so look out for that this week also. And I think that's it. My prom was okay. It was whatever. We went to like TGI Fridays afterwards. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't like, oh my God, prom. I don't get together with my best friend. Like, remember when? You know what we talk about? Like, when we talk about prom, when I talk about it with my best friend, Ashley, who has a YouTube channel, she's always like, dude, I looked so good that night. And I'm like, I know, right? Like, that's what you remember. That's what you're gonna remember the most about your prom, okay? Is how you looked and how you felt you looked, and like just how you felt. I can hardly remember what my guy was wearing, or I don't remember the food. I don't remember how I got there. Like, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember where it is, and I still live like in the same city that I grew up in. I don't even remember where those proms were located, okay? All I remember is how I looked in that dress, and that is about it. And so just remember that no one is going to be thinking about you and judging you like that the way that you're judging yourself. So try to let loose, try to just have fun, and that's the end of this video. I can't believe my baby's not awake yet. Now I gotta go wake him up after I take care of this freaking leaking eyeball. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Let's talk about, this is not Let's Talk About Sex. I hope you enjoyed this Dear Fat Girl, and I hope that you're having a great day. Let me know down below what you'd like to see me cover in the next Dear Fat Girl, or email me at AskSarahVargas@gmail.com. You can always follow me on Instagram at Sarah Rae, Sarah with 3 H's. And when there's a lull in my videos, you guys can always check out my vlog channel, which is Sarah Rae Vlogus. It's, you know, youtube.com/SarahRaeVargas or whatever. There's a button like on the side of my channel to click there, whatever, and there's usually a link in the description box. But I do semi-daily vlogs. I usually vlog events in my life, but you can always find me there. So subscribe to that channel if you haven't already, and subscribe to this one if you haven't already. And yeah, just let me know what you'd like to see in the next Dear Fat Girl. Let me know if you went to your prom, or you're planning on going to your prom, or any like reservations that you have about your prom, because I'd be more than happy to answer them in the comment section. I will be around answering questions, especially right when the video posts. So that's all I have to say, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. See you in my next one. Bye, guys.